let me make sure the comments are on. It has been a hot minute. I'm going to use my Good Molecules silicone-free priming moisturizer. I have to upload, I did a morning video pre-recorded yesterday, so I'm going to upload that one too. But I thought I would do a live. I haven't done a live in so long, and a couple people in comments of other videos and DMs have been like, where are your lives? It's been forever. So I thought I would say hello. It has been forever. It's been forever and a day. I actually have a headache today. I got the newest, 19,000th vaccine. I know some of you are anti-vaxxers maybe or whatever. Let's not chat about it. I just got a little big headache. So, I don't know if I'll be as perky as usual, but I'm excited. I have been working on getting organized, getting my podcast ready. I just took, actually, you guys can help me. I'm thinking of a name, brainstorming a name, and the Boundary Boss is something I'm thinking of, or Boundary Boss Mom, but then I don't know if it sounds too much like Boss Mom, which I don't really, just, nah. So the Boundary Boss, or just do like Christy, Jade, Momcast. And then the other one was Bold and Balanced. I will tell you, no, I'm not going to tell you my favorite. You guys tell me which one you like in the comments. Okay? All right, so let's see. I need this. This has a little caffeine in it, which is nice. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I just love it because it's thin, and I feel like it just livens you up a little bit. So we're going to do that. But yeah, so I've been organizing my podcast, which I am very excited about getting ready for. I'm also going to be doing a podcast with my friend. I mentioned this on yesterday's video that I've not uploaded yet. So fun podcast, a lot of podcasting stuff coming your way. And I'm going to do videos for both. So I'm going to put my podcast on my channel, as well as like it'll be out on Apple and like all of that. So yeah, I'm really stoked about that. I'm very excited. Who else likes Halloween? I love Halloween. It is really pretty in Maryland. It's just like all the leaves. If you don't have a fall where you are, where you really get to see all the colors changing and everything, hit up my last Instagram video. I did a little video of all the trees in our neighborhood because I was like, it's like, you don't always stop to look around, you know? You're just like, doing your thing, hustling, bustling. And I literally just drove around my neighborhood for almost 15 minutes, just like staring at the trees, like drooling. No, but they're so pretty. And like as they change, when it gets like kind of ombre, like reddish orange, like it literally will be ombre down the tree. It's just so pretty. So check it out. If you don't get to experience it, you can half experience it by going to my Instagram and seeing my reel from yesterday. All the fun. So what has been up with you? I cannot believe it is freaking Halloween already. Like it's almost November. How did that happen? I'm trying to find my foundation. Hold on, foundation? That's weird. I don't know where it is. Maybe I'll use this guy. Sometimes things drop. That happens to me a lot. So I'm going to use this. This is the Clinique Even Better. Even better than what? Okay. I don't know. I like this one pretty well. I usually am using the It Cosmetics one. The Bare, it's like nude. The nude one. And I love it. Okay. So here's the brush I use. I love this brush. I've had this for years. It is a boss. You get what you pay for. This is Marc Jacobs. This was in my spendy makeup days. Everything's kind of a little lighter than my skin. I don't know if this one is or not. Because in the summer, I didn't really wear foundation mostly. Because my skin was like dark and supple and lovely and moisturized naturally. Now I got the dry skin, cold weather problem. Who else has dry skin? It is not fun. So you can see it's like a little lighter than my skin, but who cares? We'll put some bronzy in there maybe. I do miss summer. I am a summer girl. It is like definitely my favorite, but fall is my second favorite season. I'm such a nerd with all the fall festivals. I want to go pick all the pumpkins. I want to get the apple butter. I have a big thing of apple butter downstairs. I've been chomping every morning on my toast. It is delicious. And like, I've literally, how many festivals? Though my record of festivals in one fall was 8 or 9. It was kind of ridiculous. Like actual festivals where they have all the things. The last one we went to had a zip line. How fun is that? Cora got to zip line at a fall festival. It's great. You got pumpkins, you zip line, you injure yourself. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I just love that stuff. I am such a kid at heart, as you probably know if you follow me. This is Steal a Kitten. They literally have had this since I'm 21 years old. I'm 42. You do the math. I love this stuff. I will say, as you get older and your eyelids get less smooth, we're not going to say the rinky word, less smooth. They say you're not supposed to wear shimmer because it can accentuate it. I say, F what they say. F what they say. I don't care. I love it. It makes me happy. So this is like my standard, just like go-to everyday jam. So have you gone to any fall festivals? Have you festivaled it out? Have you, I don't feel like, I haven't been in an eyeliner mood lately. I don't know why. I'm just going to do mascara. Am I better than Shucks? Have you gotten to go to any? Then winter, I'm a bear in winter. I pretty much hibernate if I can. I hate the cold. I'm one of those people, if I get cold, like I go outside and then even if I come back in and it's, nice and toasty, I cannot like truly get warm for hours, or I have to take like a scalding hot shower to get warm again. I don't know. Maybe I have a circulation problem, but I've always been that way. I've always gotten so freaking cold. It's like my appendages feel like frozen blocks, like they're going to fall off my body. Not dramatic at all, never. And I don't know. I'm not a fan of the winter. I like to have 1 or 2 big snows where we can actually sled, build a snowman, da na 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 na. I love that. But lately in Maryland, global warming is rearing its ugly head. We haven't had such cold and snowy winters as like when I was younger. So it's kind of like a lot of gray, a lot of cold, and then you may or may not get a big snow. Maybe 2 if you're lucky. Where we used to get a bunch of them and it was fun. So basically, January 1, I'm over the winter because I like it around the holiday times. It feels all like cozy and nostalgic. January 1, I'm like, let's roll. Let's get into the springtime. I'm over you. Oh, I found it. If you were wondering what I was talking about, this is my favorite. So It Cosmetics, I liked them okay, but I felt like the finish for me, because I have dry skin, wasn't like dewy enough. This is dewier. So it's Nude Glow CC Cream. It's medium coverage, brightening glow serum, broad spectrum, and it's 40 SPF, which is awesome. Does that really mean it's 40 SPF? I don't think so. I don't see how it can if it's mixed in with the makeup. Anyone know about this? Put in the comments. I don't know if that is truly like if you actually, I would assume it's not if you actually really used SPF 40. I feel like you should still use a sunscreen under it. You, not me, because I don't. I just don't. Anyone have a good sunscreen name? I do want to start using a sunscreen. I think it's because I've always been like so fair that I'm like, please give me, it's not like I get dark anyway. Give me a little color. Because by the time my tan fades in, I don't know, soon, it's already fading, whatever I had from summer, which wasn't much other than my freckled face. I get this lovely yellow undertone. My skin is kind of neutral, but it errs on the side of yellow. So in the winter, if I get pale enough, I pretty much look like a corpse. It's not a good look. It's not what I go for in life. Thank God I wear makeup. Maybe it's part of why I wear makeup. My mom used to always pinch my cheeks before I went to school. She'd be like, you're so fair. You're so fair. I'm like, I get it from you, snowflake. All right, we're going to, if you didn't see yesterday's video, which you didn't because I didn't upload it. But if you are, I'm going to upload it today. So if you're watching this in the future, you can go watch that one. I went on like a tangent, a whole life advice tangent. So this is nude sticks. Have you guys heard of this? I love it. So it is all over bronze color, they say. I use it for my cheek. Multitasking balm to create warm bronzing on face, eyes, and lips. It's weird they call it bronzing. I haven't used it on my lips yet, but let's do it. Shall we? There we go. Need a side effect for this one too? Here we go. So I love it because, again, I'm dry. It is winter, so especially in the winter, I can't have all this powder all over my face or I look like my grandma, R.I.P. grandma, no offense. But sometimes Granny really caked it on, and I get it. As we get older, I don't know how my skin's gonna look. I might be caking it on too. But it like had that whole powder smell. You're like, oh, that's grandma's smell. Talc. So this, look, see, it just blends so nicely and it's just got this nice glow to it. So I love this stuff. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of because I'm a weird germ freak, of swiping on there and then putting it on my lips. It's like then I'm getting shit from there. I'm at not germ, just, I don't know. I like to leave things in their own separate place, like having a lippy, or putting it on your lips and then shoving your lip germs over here. I know, it's probably a weird thing. It's probably a me thing. I'm okay with that. Sometimes, not today, I will top it with my Rockateur. Actually, I have an endodontist appointment, so I'm going to lock it in. And it's not till later, and I don't want to redo my makeup, so I'll lock it in with a little powder. And then, speaking of powder, before we move on, I'm going to get out my favorite powder, which is very finely milled, so it doesn't get cakey like Guimau. Okay? Charlotte Tilbury. Bloop. Obviously, I like it. Very finely milled. I just use very little just to lock my stuff in without, I don't want to get rid of that dewy finish, so you can still see the finish. And then sometimes I need a smaller brush to get under my eyes. Look at this pretty guy. This was a Coach and Sephora collab. They made brushes. They had little brush babies together, and that's one of them. So I'm just going to lock in. I keep saying lock in. I don't know why I'm using that word today. I'm going to lock that in, and then I'm going to go in, because I do get some dark circles, especially I haven't been sleeping well because I've been having this freaking massive headache. So I'm going to put all the concealers on today, right in that dark spot on top of the powder. It's a little trick, right? So you layer. If you got some work to do on covering your under eyes, this is a trick. And make sure to bring it into that inner corner, because I should have done this before, but I didn't, before I did my eyeshadow, but whatever, no big deal. That'll brighten up your eye area, because it can have a really dark shadow. Even if you don't have the darkest circles, you tend to shadow on the inside there, right? So you can brighten that up a little. So then we're going to go, oh yeah, but wait, there's more. We're going to do another coat of powder. And it's so thin that it doesn't really settle in the creases and all that. So that's my under eye powder story for you. What else do we have? We have cheeks. We need lips. I don't have my favorite lippy in here. I've been using, I love the Clinique, what's it called? Black Honey. They have like it's almost like a lip balm, but it's pretty pigmented. I love that stuff. I'll try to remember to bring that for the next show. Should we do a bold lip? Oh, hold on. Let's do this. This is also Nude Sticks, and it's called Bubbly Bebe. The other one is Sunkissed. This is Highlight. It's hard to see in this, but you can see it on the nose more. You see that? Do that, and then again, it's got that little brush attached, which I love. Just kind of blend it around. Okay. So you get all the, ooh, yes, Queen. Yeah. All right. Do you want to do bold lip? Do you want to do, I'm going to mix up some colors together. Let's see. What do we have? I'm going to mix, is this Nude Sticks? I don't even know. Oh, this is Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild, what color are you? Berry or Soul? I'll swatch it first. You can just see. It's more pinky-ish, I feel like, kind of like a warm pinky undertone than some of the neutrals, but I like it. It's all right. It's definitely, you feel it on your lips. It's thicker. I think it's a matte finish. I don't use this one a lot, probably because it's matte. I'm not a big fan of matte. I dated him back in '83, just kidding. I'm not a big fan of the matte. I never have been. Even when it was super popular, I rarely wore matte. We're going to top it with this, which is the Clinique Chubby Stick. And I love their Chubby Sticks, by the way. Love them. And Poppy, something Poppy. Hold up. Wait a minute. Plumped Up Poppy. I've never mixed these two before. I'll say, oh, okay. Okay. That's bright. I like it, though. It's a good transition, like, fall color, because it's got that orangey kind of undertone, that fall-y orange, but it's still not, like, dark and wintry. How do we feel about it? I feel okay about it. So there's that. Anything else? I feel like I want a little more shadow. So, oh, sneak peek. If you haven't seen my videos, guys, go look. I did videos on the new Too Faced. I got a bunch of, not all of it, but I did a bunch of Too Faced videos for their winter holiday collection. It's been out for a few weeks now. And you know I had to get this. If you are a follower of mine, you know I love donuts. Donuts are my pretty much family members. So, and look, it's good. It's good stuff. And decent quality. Good pigment. Let's do a little, what do I have on? I have on green. Maybe I'll stick to, oh, the decisions in life. I like this blueberry color look. I'm not going to do that because I'm green. Blueberry Blitzen. It's a very nice. All right, I'm going to do Santa Claus. Add like just a little coppery to the outer. It's like a coppery brown. I like it. There. Almost, I'd say three-fourths there. To just give some depth. I felt like my face was lacking something. It might be because I'm getting paler, so I'm like, oh, there she is again. There she is. She's back. She is back. Her freckles and her slight tan is going away. And I don't have my shadow on like I usually do. All right, now I'm going to grab my fluffy brushy. Again, one of the little babies of Coach and Sephora. And I'm going to do Tinsel in a Twist. Whoop, right there. It's just kind of a warm brown. To just put there in that eye socket. The orbital bone. To make sure y'all see my eyes. Because they're so small, right? Kidding. I used to hate my eyes growing up. I hated them because they were big. People would be like, you have big eyes. And I'm like, oh. Now they're fun because they're easier to do makeup with this way. Got some big eyelids. Better to see you with, too. But I don't mind them now. But I was in the elevator in college once. And in college, I was I don't know, I had a really hard, insecure year of college. When the first year I went away, I was sick and lost weight, so I was skinny and I had my big eyes, and I don't know. Looking back, I mean, I didn't look horrible. I looked a little skinny. But it was like, you know, you have your insecurities. I felt insecure. You see all these cute college girls that look all perfect. You know how it is. And so I was already insecure. I thought my eyes were poo-poo. I'm going to do chestnuts roasting just on the very, like, wait, I might use a different brush on the out right here. Little V action. It has a slight shimmer too. So anyway, I was in the elevator with my insecurities. We were going to floor 4. And this guy comes in, super cute. Super cute. And he looks at me and he's like, wow, you have big eyes. And I was like, you know, I've always been sassy. Even if I was insecure, I was sassy. And I turned around and I was like, fuck off. Oh, there she is. Because I was very insecure, right? And he looked at me, he's like, I meant that as a compliment. And he was like, they're pretty. And I was like, oh, my bad. What are you doing tonight? Just kidding. I didn't say that. I felt very embarrassed, but I was so insecure, right? We have this idea sometimes of like what we think of ourselves, other people think, and that is often not true. Like our insecurities, a lot of the time, it's just us up in there thinking that we're crap. I've come a far way, thank goodness, but I had a lot of insecurities when I was younger. I'm going to do, hold on. I might do a little liner, like a little pencil liner. The work is not done. If I can find it. Where are you? Oh, what's this? I don't even know. I don't even know how to. Oh, here it is. Clinique. Intense black. Sure. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. So, I was talking about that with my friend actually this morning. She's looking at this job, this position, and she was talking, I'm not going to go into the exact details for privacy, but she was saying that someone in her job, she's like, well, I doubt they'll be able to see me as an equal because the job is of a higher position, right? And I do this with my clients. It's called The Truth. I do the truth talk with Christy. I was like, why is that? And I was like, I don't think they'd ever view me as an equal. And I was like, did they say that? She's like, no. I'm like, did they say anything to make you feel like that might be true? She's like, no. And I was like, so what's the truth that you actually know now? What is the truth about that whole mindset, that whole thought? What's the truth about it? She's like, I said, is the truth that they will not? She's like, no. I'm like, is it that they might not? They won't? Like, you have to go further and just dig deep. What is the actual truth I know? The truth is, you don't know what they'll feel, first of all, like, right? And I always feel like, oops, I hope this keeps going. I always feel like the odds are, I'm just gonna do a little in here. I haven't done the under, like, waterline. I haven't done the waterline in forever. I've been just shying away from it, not loving it. Not loving that look anymore, guys. But you have to stop and really think about, like, why do I think this? Is this true? Is this statement true? Because I'm telling you all, we have how many thousands, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of thoughts a day. So many of those are negative, and so many of those are negative thoughts that aren't true, or things you are worried about that are going to happen that never even happen. And that, I mean, that's true. This is a study that has been done, that there are so many thoughts in our head every day that are just false, and they're fear driven, and they're not based on truth, right? A lot of them are based on insecurities. A lot of us have insecurities, and I mean, everyone has their own insecurities, but a lot of us I will say, especially, I feel like women, and I never want a blanket statement, I think, but like from my experience, women overthink more. That can be very wrong information. That's why it's a stereotype, right? But in my experience, more of like my women friends and all of that, like, always overthought things more, had these negative thoughts or just assumptions of, oh, this is going to happen. I shouldn't do this. And it holds you back. And I said to her, I said, you better wash that shit off your body and you better go apply to that job. Because first of all, who the F cares what she sees you as or doesn't? She's not, I said, is she hiring? No. Like, what does that even matter, right? But even if she was, you don't let that stop you. And odds are, they're friends. She would love to work with her. That's just in my friend's head. But I feel like I do that too. I'm sure somewhere along the way, if I sat and thought about it, yeah, there's things that, especially years ago, I've come a long way, but years ago, I would be like, well, oh, I wouldn't apply to jobs. Now I would apply to, and I don't care if it's over my head, I'll apply to stuff because you just never know, right? I was actually I did. In my 20s, I applied for a job I was not technically qualified for. I was actually working with James Cameron at the Discovery Channel. I worked there at the time, but in a different department. And James Cameron was doing a documentary on Titanic. And I made it like 275 people applied, the producer told me. So I'm in an interview with him. I had made it through a couple of interviews and it was down to the last few. And I knew I wasn't technically qualified. They wanted journalism experience, which I didn't have. So we had our last interview and he called me after and he said, hey, I just want to let you know it was down to you and one other person. And we are giving her the position because she had this journalism experience. He said, that being said, if she was not in the picture, we would have picked you. So I want you to keep being determined and not be that rule follower or let things hold you back. So keep at it, And man, that was just so helpful for him a very sweet guy. I mean, he didn't even have to call, right? They can email you back, whatever. And he said, I want to call and, tell you personally, whatever. He said, you're amazing and you're going to do great things and all of this stuff. And it was so nice, which a lot of people in the business sometimes just, they're very busy and, kind of a lot of people in general up their own butts. So I did appreciate that. And the fact he said that helped me because if he would have been like, oh, you didn't get it, you didn't have journalism, maybe it would have stopped me in the future, of being like, oh, well, you can't technically get it, but maybe not because I'm fierce mama. No, but either way, it gave me a little extra confidence and it made me feel like this big producer dude who, you think, oh, they really mean exactly what they say on these job descriptions and the eligibility requirements. You must have this and that. You're like, oh, I don't want to waste anyone's time or my own time. Waste it. They're not going to lose sleep if they have to take 2 seconds to look and throw your resume out or whatever because it's not up to snuff. But guess what? You never know. And you don't know if they don't have someone fully qualified, that could be your seat. And a lot of networking, I could go on and on about how things align when you are feeling in alignment. And I was very passionate about TV production and all of that. And I would have learned quickly. And, when you live in alignment, and this is something obviously I teach in my coaching and all of that, a big part of it is how to get clarity on what your priorities are and what are you even aligning with? Who are you, right? At the core, and aligning all of your actions, your daily actions to those things, right? So you can bloom and thrive instead of just like survive. That rhymed, and I did not mean it to. Just surviving through life. Like that's not how I want to live. That's not how I want my clients to. That's not how, I don't want anyone to feel like they are just making it through. They're just skating through life. And I don't know. It's a whole tangent, it's a whole thing, and we're at 30 minutes, so I'm going to wind it down now. But my point is, we get inside our heads, we stop ourselves from doing things that we were meant to do, you know? When you have those nudges, listen to them. When you feel like, I really want to do that, but tell the but to go somewhere. That's the weirdest line I've ever said. Tell that but to go somewhere and step forward and see. You don't know until you are inside of something. I always am of the mindset, I never want to regret anything. So I'm going to go do the thing. And if it doesn't work out, I don't even view it as a failure. I view it as a try. Like, that is success to me. I would rather try 50 things and find the thing that lights me up and makes me feel alive and thrive every day. There's rhyming again. Or like, rather than being like, well, I'm just going to stay where I am and be comfortable because I don't know if I could do it, or I'm not good enough, or I'm not eligible. Like, forget that, homie. No. Mm-mm. No. No, it is, and we're never too old. It's never too late. So that's aside. That's another video. So if there is something that is nudging you, listen to it. It's there for a reason, okay? I promise you that. And if you're a God person, even more so. That to me is a God whisper. The Holy Spirit activate. Holy Spirit activate. Have you seen those TikTok or Instagram videos? Holy Spirit activate. So anyway, I hope that you are here for a reason and you're listening to this because there's something that has been nudging you, or something you want to do, or you want more out of life, and maybe you don't know what that is. And that is my specialty. So if you want to work with me, leave a comment. I will put a link. I do have actually, so I'm doing these like mama boost calls. You don't have to be a mom, but these 1 hour coaching calls, and I have them $50 off until October 31st. So if you're interested in that, I'll put the link in the live. Or if you follow me on Instagram, it's already in my profile there. You just click the link in my profile. It brings you right to the coaching call. So it's an hour-long call to just get unstuck. If you feel stuck or lost or confused or just like you're struggling, that is what I work on with my clients, right? So hang out with me. Let's do it while there's that lovely special pricing through the end of October. And I will see you in the next video. Also, if you didn't, leave me what you like better, the boundary boss or boundary boss mom, or just like fierce mama. You could always do that. Okay. See you later. Deuces.